Okay, so I'm back just to do a quick sum up of what we have heard so far and also to share a little bit more about MPA's plans. All right. Okay, first, this is just a quick summary of what we have heard so far this afternoon. A summary of the various dispersion modeling studies that we have heard. Some are still ongoing, some are completed, some are upcoming, some are near completion. Some are far field, some are both near and far field, etc. As well as this table also contains a summary of all different aspects of what the dispersion modeling studies in the various presentations just now covered. Okay, so as mentioned, NTU's report is already available online. I think GCMB has a living one that is also online, but I encourage everybody to download and take a quick look. Okay, so how would MPA be taking this forward? First, I think we can look at it from three areas: developing regulations in Singapore, collaborating with industry, as well as driving international collaborations and developing seafarer training standards. What does it mean in terms of timeline, right? So we have a timeline in the bottom there. It's indicative, right? And it depends on various things. So for example, it depends on the ammonia EOI, ongoing EOI that we have that will be closing this week. It depends on when the ammonia supply chains can be set up in Singapore. It depends on when the first engines from major engine developers like Mozilla or MAN be out. Right? But indicatively, we think that 2028 is when we can start to see full-scale ammonia bunkering in Singapore. But this again depends on many things. And just to also highlight that all ammonia bunkering trials in Singapore would have to be approved by the MPA, including site selection and all that. Okay, developing regulations in Singapore. So what exactly are we going to do? So we have heard a lot about all the ammonia dispersion studies just now. So we will work with research institutes to use the information derived from the various ammonia studies to develop a robust set of guidelines and operational envelopes. We also work with our 8 recognized organizations. I think you have heard about them just now in the earlier conference. Engine makers as well, such as Wärtsilä, MEN, whom we have visited quite recently. And we look to impose, as a start for safety, additional requirements on any of the trials that we conducted in Singapore, on top of any that is set forth by the IMO. We'll also be establishing robust incident and emergency response plans. MPA is working with various government agencies like SCDF, research institutes. We'll be conducting tabletop exercises, field training exercises. On the digital side, we'll be red teaming our cybersecurity measures, right? And again, as mentioned earlier, all ammonia bunkering trials will have to be approved beforehand by MPA. Right, beyond MPA, we will also be collaborating with industry. Right, one key initiative is the ammonia power generation and bunkering EOI that we have ongoing that will close this week. This is where we'll be looking to aggregate demand with from both the maritime and power generation sector to develop infrastructure here in Singapore. And we look forward to working quite closely with the private sector on this. We'll also be continuing to encourage research and development by supporting industry joint projects and consortiums. Many of you will be familiar with various initiatives, such as the Castor Initiative, the Itochu Consortium, Sabre Consortium, etc. Beyond working with industry, we also hope to drive international collaborations and develop seafarer training standards. In terms of setting the international standards and driving global collaborations, I think one key vehicle would be our green and digital corridors. You have heard and seen a lot of it this week. We also hope to be able to share our ammonia bunkering standards with other countries as well as to take it to the IMO. We also hope to develop training programs for the upskilling for seafarers because we believe that the competency of seafarers will play a very important role in ensuring the safety of ammonia bunkering. Right, MPA will work with our industry, our IHLs, to develop an accreditation scheme for training of seafarers. And all seafarers will have to be certified, right, by MPA for operations in Singapore. Right, if all of this sounds new to you, but I would like to highlight that actually, we have already started doing a lot of this, not for ammonia, but for methanol. Right? So all the steps that I've highlighted earlier, we have already started work on methanol. And Of course, taking into consideration the different chemical characteristics of a methanol. So, for example, methanol, its flame is harder to see. So we have involved additional steps, other steps such as the use of thermal sensors. And I think, as mentioned earlier, we have also earlier conducted a methanol chemical spill workshop and tabletop exercise just yesterday. Right, so we will be hoping to replicate all these rigorous processes for ammonia in due time, and we hope to work with the industry on this. Okay, I think that's all for the lunchtime sharing today. I thank all of you for your attention. I wish everyone a great day ahead and enjoy the rest of SMW. Thank you.